Welcome to the Untouchaballs podcast. Caden and Evan here, bringing you our college football stock market episode. We started to do this at the start of every season. We did it for NFL last year, NBA, MLB as well, and now we're bringing it back for college football. You'll see it in a couple weeks as well for the NFL. Yeah, we're doing it today for college football. We're going to have teams we like for this upcoming season, teams we dislike, our Heisman pick, who's our group of five picks for the playoffs this year. And then at the end, don't you worry, we got our national championship pick and who we have them winning it over. All that comes at the end of today's episode. But starting off, we got teams that we really like going into this upcoming season. We think have a good chance to whether it be just make a good run, whether it be win their conference, have a really good year, go over their win totals. Like I'll start it off here with someone like the South Carolina Gamecocks. Like this is a team I'm really high on going into this year. I think we should be in store for a very good season. Out of the Gamecocks with Lenore Sellers, another year back at QB, he showed like he could be really good last year, had really good games, really good flashes. And now you're building upon that. I think South Carolina should be really good. I mean, their win total for this year is only at 7.5 wins. I have that over. It's at plus 125. So you get good value there as well. And then they have a very favorable schedule to be able to go over that 7.5 wins where they're out of conference games. They should be going most likely 4-0. They're in conference games. They're close. Like their losable games are at LSU, home against Bama, and really maybe the last game of the season, home against Clemson. Like in my eyes, those are really the only games they could possibly lose. And even if they lose all three, that's still a 9-3 season. I don't know why it's plus money. I love this right here. Like South Carolina should be right there at the top of the SEC this season. And to get that at plus one, I think is beautiful. Given the South Carolina Gamecocks have a huge season this year, especially in a very tough SEC conference.
I like it. I like it a lot. Big into South Carolina this year. I'm pretty high on Washington this year in the Big Ten. I like Desmond Williams Jr. He had a good bowl game. He threw like 5 touchdowns, I believe, almost like 400 plus yards total. Um, and I think he's gonna ride high off that. I think also they brought in a new offensive coordinator this year, Ryan Walters from U of I. I think that was kind of a good pickup for them. Some returners like Jonah Coleman, Desmond Boston. I think that's a really good wide receiver core right there for Williams to work with. Um, and also they've been on a win streak at home. They've won 20 straight games. They host Ohio State, Oregon, and Illinois at home this year, so that'd be interesting. Very
Three
interesting.
losses. Three losses.
Yeah, think so.
Three
We'll see.
losses. I'm gonna
But
just say because you weren't here, you weren't here for the win total over unders for the Big Ten. I do have Washington's under this year at 6.5 wins. So I'm the
yeah,
exact opposite of you this year on the Washington Huskies.
I love me the Huskies this year. It's gonna be a big year for them. Watch out. Huge run for Washington.
Now, yeah, that win streak's gonna end right away. They're gonna lose all three of those games at home. Probably find a way to lose a couple others on the road. Like they're just not built to be that competitive. I don't think, Dwyer. I mean, you. I know you're a big Huskies man. It seems like, but I
Love
just,
the Huskies.
I can't be on the same side.
Okay, it's all right. This is a platform we disagree on. I'm a big Huskies guy, and I love them this year. I'm hammering the over on that 6.5 wins this year. Hammering it.
Okay, well, a team I'm high on in the same conference in that Big Ten is the Indiana Hoosiers. Me and Max both talked about this a lot on that Big Ten win total over under episode I did just mention earlier. That we are both very high on this Indiana team. We think they should be up there, at that top tier of the conference this year, competing for a chance to play in that conference championship game. Like this Indiana team should be sitting around their win total set at 8.5. I think they should be sitting around a 10 win team come season's end. Really, their only competitive games are at Oregon and at Penn State. That's it. They got a really pretty cakewalky rest of the schedule right there. So I think really right there, that's 10-2. You win one of those games, maybe that Oregon game. You never know. You're 11-1. You could possibly in that conference championship game. I don't know if really see that happening. I didn't see that say that in our prediction, but this Indiana team is very good. You get Carlos Mendoza over transfer quarterback from Cal, who looks like he's got one of the best just pure arm talents in college football. He showed really good signs over at Cal last year. Now you give him a team like Indiana. Now, obviously, was a playoff team last year. They lost some players, but you still have guys to build around right there. So some pretty good receivers right there. I think Mendoza should have a very good and productive season. Help propel this Indiana team to really fight for the top of the Big Ten Conference this season.
For sure. I feel like they're like this year they got kind of a chip going on their shoulder, trying to like prove like they weren't a fluke team from last year.
They
So
were
they
a
feel
fraud
like
team last year. I mean, I said it a lot last year. I'll still say that team was so fraudulent last year. They were not a good team. They had such an easy schedule that just got them to the playoffs. They weren't good.
mm, I mean, but like as a player, you feel like they're probably gonna ride on that. Like they're like, yeah, well, guess what? We're good now. Like we're gonna prove that we are. So I feel like they have that mo extra motivation to go after it and get it. Um, I
I
got
like. Hopefully that's exactly what they're doing because I
mhm,
also have their over
mhm.
at plus money as well. Somehow same as uh
Yeah.
the first team I said. Dwyer, come on, help me out here.
South Carolina.
Thank you. Same as South Carolina somehow got both those teams at plus money on their wins over. So
I
I'm
like
feeling
it.
really good about that.
I just have one other team I kind of like this year. Kind of a short kind of spiel here, but I like Nebraska this year. I feel like this is year three of Matt Rule. Obviously what he did in the Baylor program, and he's a good coach. And like I think a lot is all on Dylan Raiola and his potential breakout. As I believe last year, 2 years ago, he was a true freshman.
Last year was the first freshman
Freshman
year.
year, so he's a sophomore. Um, and I think a lot of it is all on, whether or not he breaks out or not. Um, they brought in some transfers, and I think they could be a pretty sneaky good team this year.
So also in that Big Ten win total over under episode where I took Washington's under on 6.5. I also took discount Walmart Patrick Mahomes and his team's under on 7.5 wins.
You don't like my text game. It's not fun.
Not a big fan of Iola. I like Matt Rule, I really do. I do think he's a very good college coach who turns programs around. I don't think it's this year though. I think that comes next year because Nebraska's got a tough schedule this year. And it's going to be very tough for them to even come close to 8 wins. I think they're going to be sitting around a 6 win team, just barely be bowl eligible. And I think Nebraska fans, because of how much pain and misery they've been in over the last probably 20 plus years, they're going to be happy with it.
You don't think? What if Raiola breaks out though? What if he's like a Heisman candidate?
I just don't see that happening though. So that's why I have their under.
Okay, that's fair. Fair enough.
And and then yeah, me and Dwyer, we each have one group of five team that's not our playoff pick who we think is going to have a very good season this upcoming year. My pick is the Toledo Rockets. I have them a ticket on them to win the MAC at plus 230. They are the favorite in that conference, and I think for the right reason. They were a very good team last year in the conference. We saw them even come out and beat Pitt in their bowl game last year. And starting off this season, they got a game off the bat that's really going to, I think, show how good this team is. I mean, at Kentucky, week one, yeah, they're most likely going to lose. But I really do think Toledo will be able to keep this game within two touchdowns, within 10 points, probably right around there, keep it close. And then the rest of the year, I don't know if they lose. They got a very easy out of conference schedule. They play a lot of FCS schools. And then in conference, I think they are the best team in the MAC, so I don't really see them losing a conference game in the MAC come Maction time, come the conference championship. I think, yeah, you might be playing Ohio. They were a very good team last year. They won the conference last year very easily in that conference championship game. I don't see that happen. I think when the game comes down in November at Ford Field, I think we will see the Toledo Rockets hoisting that trophy and winning the MAC this season.
I like it a lot. They're gonna win it, dude.
Yes, sir.
Um, I picked James Madison at plus 260 to win the Sun Belt. Like they're gonna
Wait,
win.
wait, wait, wait.
Well,
Wait, I thought they were your playoff team.
They are my playoff team, but I just
They
said
were there. You
Liberty.
don't talk about them. What the other?
Oh, sorry, Liberty.
That's a little sneak peek for you guys. I mean,
Sorry,
Dwyer
guys.
just we did explain what was going to be happen here, and Dwyer just flipped it on everyone. But
Sorry, guys. Um, my Liberty is gonna make the playoffs. Um,
look,
yeah,
Liberty's not your playoff team. You just
no,
said
not
Liberty's
James
going to make
Madison.
them.
I
You
thought James
just
Madison's my playoff.
that's what I also thought. You just said Liberty's going to make the playoffs.
But I said originally James Madison, and you were like,
Yes,
no.
yeah. No, we're not talking about playoff teams right now, Dwyer.
What are we talking about?
The group of five teams we'd like to see that's not our playoff team.
Oh,
So, Liberty is exactly what you should be talking
oh yeah.
about.
I like Liberty a lot, guys.
Yeah, there you go. He's found it, everybody's figured it out.
Great team. Let me tell you, this is the best team I've seen in years out of Liberty. Liberty, I mean, they're known for just straight up running the ball, right? They don't stop running the ball, but they got a good defense. It's an easy schedule for them. Um,
They did lose
in New
Caden
York City,
Salter,
they lost him. What?
transfer to Colorado, dual threat QB, one of the best dual threats in the country.
Yeah, but it's a new year, new team. You know, um, I like me some Liberty this year. I don't know.
No, I think they do. They are rightfully a big favorite in Conference USA. They should come out and be able to win that conference very easily. Be able to have a long shot look into the playoff just because they got a very easy schedule. If they're able to dominate, win, if they have to win every game this season, do it well. They could maybe find a way into the playoff. It's a long shot for them. They need some like the Boise's, other schools like that to lose some games, but they should be able
Agree,
to win
agree.
Conference USA. I do think they should win Conference USA very easily, so I do agree with you here on the Liberty Flames.
That's nice.
Now, Dwyer, though, let's go to the teams that we dislike this year, and I'm gonna have you start us right here.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of the Miami Hurricanes this year. Um, with Beck as their quarterback, um, I just think it's tough for a quarterback to come in as a transfer and then just try and like develop that connection right away with the new wide receivers, new offensive coordinator, new system. Especially a guy like Beck that's been in Georgia. Um, so I don't think they're going to be that good this year, at least compared to last year with Ward, which obviously Ward was the man. But
In college,
uh,
yeah.
ain't not an NFL guy. You don't think so? No, he doesn't think so. But yeah, I don't like Miami this year.
Yeah, we didn't get to our ACC win total prediction in time for the start of college football. So we're just a day away from the time you guys are seeing this. But I would agree with you. I mean, if we would have done that episode, I would have taken Miami's under on this season because just like you, I don't like Carson Beck. I don't
Mm.
think. I think what we saw last year before the injury was a lot more true to what really Carson Beck is than what we originally saw with him at Georgia. And I just don't think I think he definitely think he's a big step down from what we saw from Cam Ward last year for that team. You already lost some other players from that roster as well. I mean, you lost a lot of good guys there. So yeah, I mean, I just think Miami's not going to be as good this year. Nowhere near where they were last year, and it's a big step down a quarterback with Beck. So right on with that with you there as well. My team's the guy we talked about in our SEC episode, and that's the Ole Miss Rebels, where they're going to be starting quarterback Austin Simmons this year, who's just sat behind Jackson Dart the last 2 years, has really not played in a lot of games. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't looked bad in a couple games, but he's still very raw. Not shown a lot of great flash. Like he's had a couple flashes here there, but nothing too crazy exciting. And I mean, this team's win total is sitting at 8.5 wins. I just think that's way too high for a team like Ole Miss. I mean, yeah, you got some good out of conference games, but I think there's a great game on September 20th, which we'll definitely be talking about on this podcast before that weekend. Tulane comes to Ole Miss middle of September, should be an electric game. They could lose that. I see them losing probably to LSU at Georgia. against South Carolina. Could see him losing to Florida. Like there's a lot of games I don't think Ole Miss really has a great chance in, and a lot of teams I like better than this Ole Miss Rebels team, especially with Simmons at quarterback, just being so raw and unproven at the collegiate level. I think it's gonna be hard for him, especially in an SEC schedule, that for him to really succeed and get this Ole Miss team to a 9+ win season. So yeah, I'm very down on Ole Miss this season, Senior Dwyer.
Yeah, they lost Dart and Trey Harris was a big dog last year
Mm,
for the Chargers this year. I like
yep.
that, you know. I mean, do teams typically do they struggle when they lose like even just like a new quarterback in general? Do you not really see like a team like step down or is
It
it kind of all over the place?
depends on the team. I mean, it depends on your system. We've seen Georgia be able to consistently win with different quarterbacks. We've had a lot with Bama. I mean,
Hmm.
Ohio State's always good. I mean, just programs know how to win. Sometimes they're able to do it. It's just, yeah, I mean, you got to be a good quarterback. So good programs usually get good quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, though, speaking of good quarterbacks, because I don't assume none of us have a player that's not a quarterback, let's get to our Heisman pick this year, Dwyer. I'll kick us off here. I think the Heisman this year will come out of the SEC, but no, I do not think it will be my boy in Texas in Arch Manning. I don't think it'll be someone like Ty Simpson or Lenore Sellers as much as I love him, or DJ Lagway as much as I love him. But it'll come from good old Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where Garrett Nussmeier at the helm for the LSU Tigers. This guy is going to come in, win the Heisman this year, really improve his draft stock just after deciding to stay another year at LSU. I mean, last year just over 4,000 yards, 29 tutties, 12 picks. Yeah, interceptions might be a little high. Expect this year probably right around another 4,000 yard season for Garrett Nussmeier, maybe even a little bit more. Expect those tutties to go up to probably 35, closer to 40, and those picks probably around the same, but with higher touchdowns, it looks better. So about 35, 40 tutties, 10 interceptions. I think he'll do enough to be out the likes of March Manning, Cade Klubnik, even the other guys I really like as well. So Garen Nussmeier is going to be your Heisman this year. Sitting at also plus 900 odds, so I will take that as well. So yeah, give me Nussmeier to win the Heisman.
I know LSU quarterback would be sick. That'd be awesome if they got another one. But my pick is Cade Klubnik. Um, like you were just saying, like all those the stats, like hopefully he has like 35, 40 touchdowns. Like Cade Klubnik did that already last year. He had 42 touchdowns, over 4,000 yards passing last year, or
He had a great
48
year.
touchdowns. Great year last year. Ended off great. MVP honors in the ACC championship. Um, I mean, Clemson hasn't been in the playoffs in 2 years, so I think this could be a year that they can make it.
They were in the playoff
Um,
last year.
they did. Oh, sorry.
They played Texas in the first round. Texas beat them.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
they're 2 years out of winning in the playoffs.
I think that's been
Anyways,
even
yeah,
longer.
you see, like Clemson, now they got a chip on their shoulder. You want to go try and beat. They just lost to Texas round one. Anyways,
Yeah, shit. They apparently lost to Texas last year.
allegedly. Um, no, but I do really like K Club. Like, it just seems like their schedule isn't like crazy, crazy. Like I feel like he could put up the stats to like look like a Heisman. So
No, K Klubnik, I definitely think will be up there all year. Probably come season's end, be a finalist for that Heisman Award. I do think when Nussmeier eventually ends up winning the Heisman, Klubnik will be there in New York as a finalist as well. It's just I do think Senior Nussmeier out of LSU will do what is necessary to come in and win. And now you're definitely starting this one because you already revealed it a couple of minutes ago. Our group of five team to make the playoff. Not the one to not make the playoff. This is the one to make the playoff, Dwyer. Tell us why you like the James Madison Dukes.
I love the Dukes this year, Caden at plus 260 to win this. They're the favorite. Um, this is just a good team, man. This is a really good team. They are coming. They didn't really lose too many players. They got a really good defense, and they have a couple options at QB, which could be pretty good. They have explosion. They have like that boomer bust um, potential. I like. I mean, they've won 28 games the last 3 years, so they've been pretty consistent. So I don't think you're gonna see them like bust out the wrong way.
They are plus 1100 to make the playoff.
Plus 1100, so like it could be worse, could be better, but I like it. It's a sprinkle. You know, they have Bob Chesney's their head coach. Um, they're top 50 defense usually in the country usually, and I think this is just a good team. And
And no, I'm with you. I do think James Madison's a good team. I think they'll probably be able to run through the Sun Belt, win that. But I think you're forgetting about a team
who?
located
What?
down near LSU,
Down there?
down in Nolens, Dwyer, the Tulane Green Wave,
Oh,
and and the freed Jake Retzlaff. He got out of BYU before they could suspend him. He got out of there, got to Tulane, and he's gonna lead this team to an 11-1, maybe 12-0 season, depending on if they beat LSU or not LSU, Ole Miss or not on September 20th. So that right there, if they win that game, win out, that right there, playoff team. 11-1, win the conference. That better have been a good game against Ole Miss. That better have been a one possession loss, and Boise State loses a bad game or two. James Madison just does okay. I still think Tulane's really good. I have them at plus 330 to win the American Conference, and I have them at plus 800 to make the playoff. I do think them being able to come in and get Jake Retzlaff in the transfer portal is so big for this team, and they're going to be able to excel. Come in, have just a great season, make the playoff, and then lose in the first round.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, at least they make it.
at least they make it. That's right. At least they get a little participation.
Exactly.
But now, Dwyer, let's get to the big dog. Who is your national champion, and who do you have them beating?
So I picked Texas to win the national championship this year. Nothing crazy.
Hook 'em!
Oh
Hook
yeah.
'em!
Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be a big Archie Manning year. I think I was gonna pick him for my Heisman, but I was like, but I'm already picking Texas to win it. Um, and I'm gonna have them beating Bama. I think Bama's just they're always just a good team.
Okay.
Like they'd be like
A lot of
I
faith
think
in Ty Simpson.
this offense is gonna explode under Archie Manning. It's gonna be like a 42-17 victory in the Natty.
42 to what?
17.
Oh, just an ass kicking in the Natty by
Yeah,
Texas.
I think Texas is gonna roll. This is the year.
Okay.
Matthew McConaughey and them Texas Longhorns, baby. Woo woo.
Hey, I love to hear that, Dwyer. Hook 'em, baby. I also have Texas in my national championship game. I just, I don't have them winning, is the thing. I do have my good old Longhorns disappointing me in January when they end up losing in the national championship game because their kryptonite is who they'll be facing in the national championship, and that is Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs, who Steve Sarkisian and company just are incapable of beating. I talked about that in our SEC win total over under episode where I said I think Georgia will beat Texas in the SEC championship. I think that will happen, and they will meet up once again come national championship time. And when that time does come, Georgia will once again become victorious with Gunnar Stockton and Kirby Smart, and Texas and Arch Manning and myself will all be sad.
It's like a win-lose for you. You just know when. Yeah.
I just know, oh yeah, I need a final score prediction like you to make it sound cool when it happens. It's going to be close. Georgia's going to win by one score. It's going to happen late, and I'm going to get really, really sad. Um, Texas is going to be able to put up 27 points.
Okay.
They're going to be up 27-24 late before a Georgia touchdown, and Georgia wins 31-27.
I could just see the 4th and 11. Archie Manning scrambling around. He can't find
Sacked.
anything. Oh,
Sacked.
and Georgia. Well, no, Texas is gonna win it, dude. He's gonna make that pass. He's gonna
He's
make
gonna scream,
that pass.
oh, he gets it off!
He gets it off in the end zone. McConaughey.
McConaughey. Ryan Wingo, touchdown! Texas wins!
Whoop whoop. It's happening.
See, I like your version of the story a lot better. Just mine sounds a lot more realistic.
Oh well. Well,
Oh well,
we'll
hey, who
see.
knows? And with that, yeah, college football, like I mentioned, earlier, it officially starts tomorrow. We get a big game as well with Kansas State, Iowa State, and Ireland. So a really great game to start the season. Then next week we will have our first prediction episode of the year with a full week one slate. We're going to go into a lot of those games, give you our predictions against the spread, just like last year. We'll also look out for more MLB episodes and our NFL preseason episodes will start next week, just a couple weeks ago before that season starts as well. Dwyer, do you have anything else before we go?
Football's here, baby. That's
Football
right.
is here. Yes, sir. With that, leave a like down below if you guys did enjoy. Comment down below as well. Who is your natty pick? Who's your Heisman pick? Do you agree or disagree with what me and Dwyer have said in today's episode? Turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload of the Untouchaballs podcast. Share this with your friends, family, strangers, neighbors, anything like that. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time.